Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up and use WhatsApp template messages. The WhatsApp template messages are messages you can send to your WhatsApp subscribers. All right. So for you to be able to access the template message section, the first thing you do is you navigate to the sales channel section and select shopping bots. In the shopping bots dashboard page, you go ahead and choose the message templates option here. All right. So clicking that, you can see that it will open the WhatsApp message templates section. So what we do here is we go ahead and select this. So once we select this, you can see the list of existing message templates that we have created, and also the list of template variables that we have created. All right. Take note that WhatsApp imposes a 24-hour restriction on the amount of messages you can send to your customers. So, for example, if you have maybe if a customer initiates a chat with you, once you have responded to that customer's message, you have a 24-hour window to continue the conversation with the customer. Once the 24-hour window expires, you will no longer be able to chat with that customer directly, except through the use of WhatsApp templates messages. So what we are going to do in this video is we are going to explore how to set up this WhatsApp message templates and how to use it to send messages to your customers. So let's say, for example, we want to create a new WhatsApp message template here. We need to take note that there are three types of WhatsApp message templates that we can send. The first is utility message. The second is marketing message. And the third is authentication message. Note that each time you send a message template to a customer, you are going to incur a one-time fee for the message. So this one-time fee you incur is based on the type of message that you are sending. So the fee for utility message is not the same for marketing message. So let's say, for example, we want to create a marketing message. I have written down my message template samples that I'm going to use to set up the message template for each of the types of WhatsApp template messages that we can create. So, for example, I said earlier, we are going to set up the marketing template message. So, to do that, we come here, we click on the create button here. So, in the create button drop down, you also see that we have different types of templates. So, this basically is if you want to create carousel, or you want to use the mixed templates type, or you want to use the WP type. So any of these options you choose here will provide you with a different type of layout. So for this example, we just want to make a simple template that we can send. So we can go ahead and choose the mixed template type. So before we proceed, let's go ahead and ensure that we have updated all the existing templates we have. So let's wait for this process to complete. So once it's done, we now come here and click on the mixed template type here. And then here we put the template name as, let's call it flash October flash 2026, or we say flash sale. All right. So take note that when you are adding the template name, you must ensure that there are no spaces. So if you must include space, you put an underline there if you must add it. So for this example, we're adding the name as flash sale. So the next thing we do is we proceed to choose the template category. As I said earlier, we have three categories. The first one is utility, marketing, and authentication. So for this example, we are creating a marketing message template. Go ahead and select it. We can add a header for this message template by selecting any of this option. If you don't want a header, we choose this option. So after you have set the header type, the next thing you do is we go ahead and set the message body, right? So what I do is I come here, I copy my sample message, and then I paste it here. So note that once you paste it, you see that in the preview section, it shows us how our message will appear when the WhatsApp subscriber receives the message. So after adding this, you can proceed to maybe add any adjustment you want to make to this. So let's call this the store. And then we can also add a footer message if we want to do that. We can add a action button to this message. So let's say, for example, we say shop now. So the shop now button, we can add it and proceed to save. Once you're okay with the button, you go ahead and save. All right. So now that we've saved, you've seen that the new message template that we created has been submitted. So after we have added a message template, we can go ahead and click on the sync template button to see whether if the new message template has been approved. So what we do next is we proceed to click on the sync button here. All right. So take note of this option that if we don't want to view this page in this section, we can expand this page by clicking on the expand button here. So let's go ahead and do that. So you see that we have expanded the view of this section. So currently our flash sale message template has not yet been approved. So we have to wait for it to be approved before we can use it and send message to our subscribers. So take note of this section that is called template variables. So the template variables are variables that we can set and use it when composing our message template content. So let's say, for example, we want to create a simple variable that we can add. Let's say we want to create a variable called, let's call it amount, right? So after adding the variable name here, proceed to save it. So once you save it, right, we are now going to use this amount variable to compose another template message that we can send to customers. So this time around, instead of creating a marketing message template, we are going to create a utility message template. So I have my example here. So I go ahead and copy it and then come here. I choose the mixed template option here. So we call this order confirmation. All right. So under category, we choose utility. We are not adding any header, or we can add a header. We say order status. So we can now proceed to add our message. So for this example, we add this as we are going to use the variable that we created earlier. So this is our order ID. So we can say order ID this, tracking number this, amount paid. We can add this as amount paid. And then after adding that, we can proceed to now choose the variable that we had created earlier. So we search for it. We search for it. So before we can find this, let's proceed to refresh the page because it's not yet visible here. So what we do next is we refresh the page. So once we refresh it, we come back here. Oh, it appears our marketing message has been approved, so we can use it. But let's proceed and create the utility message. So we add back the name as order confirmation. Choose it as utility message. All right. And then enter the header as order status. Add our message again. So now we are going to search for the variable that we created earlier. You can see it here. So we add it, we copy it, and paste it here. All right. So what this means is that when we are sending this message to the subscriber, so our customer, we will have the option to set the value for this variable. All right. So we are now going to proceed to save after we have set up the content for this message template. So the next thing we do is we go ahead and click on the save button here. All right. So you can see that the new message template has been added. So the reason why we have three types of message templates is because each message template has its own use case. So, for example, the utility message templates, they are used to send a message to a customer when the customer performs an action. So in this case, the customer placed an order in our store, or maybe the customer ordered offline, and we want to send a message letting the customer know the current status of the order. So such messages are utility messages. For the marketing message type, these are messages that we send to promote our services or products. So in this example, we had a flash sale. So basically, if you want to send marketing messages to your customers, you can create the market message templates in this section and then add your content that you want your ShopBot subscriber to receive when you send the market message. For the last message template type, which is the authentication message. These are messages that are sent to enable your customers to authenticate themselves. So, for example, if they are logging into maybe your portal and you want to enable them to receive a one-time password, you can use this section to create authentication message templates that you can send to enable your customers to authenticate themselves in your platform. So each of these message templates types I mentioned earlier, they have different fees that WhatsApp charges when you send these messages. So currently you see that the new utility message that we created has been stored here. So what we do for us to check the status is we come here and click on the sync template button. All right. So you see that it's still pending. So what we do next is we proceed to create the last message template type, which is the authentication message. So I've written down a sample that we can use. So I'll go ahead and copy this. The next thing I do is I click on the create button and choose the mixed template option. So here we call it, we can say login OTP in small letters. And then here we choose authentication option here. And then once we choose it, you see that it gives us additional options that we can select. So these options are optional if we want to enable code expiration, add security recommendations. We can enable these two options or disable it. All right. So here is where we can now set our variable values. That's the verification code that will be sent to the customer. So for example, we can add this. We can add this as, let's just add this as our value if we want to do that. And then we can also put the copy code button text if we want to add it. So we can say copy here. Once we set up everything here, add all the necessary, content and parameters, we can proceed to save it. All right. So this is how you basically set up the authentication message type. So let's proceed again to click on the sync button to be sure if the utility message has been approved. So we wait for this to be approved. All right. So after you create the message templates, we can send this message template as a broadcast marketing message to our customers. So we can use this flash sale template message to do that. So for us to send a broadcast message to our subscribers using this template message, the next thing we do is we go back to the admin panel here. We come to the sales channel section. We select shopping bots. In the shopping bots dashboard, we choose the notifications option. We come here and choose WhatsApp. So in this page, we proceed to click on the create button here. And then this is where we can now set up the message broadcast settings. So let's say, for example, we are sending the message to all our subscribers. So we come here and type in the campaign name as flash sale. Make sure we choose the anytime option. You don't choose this, you choose this one, the anytime option. And then here we search for the flash sale. This is the template message that we created earlier. So we select it. So once we select the message template, which is flash sale, we must come here and set the bot flow that will be triggered when the customer click on the shop now button. So we come here and choose the shopping flow option here. And then we have the option to check if we want to restrict this message broadcast based on subscriber labels. So this, if we add the new comma label, what this means is that only subscribers that have been assigned to the new comma label will receive this broadcast message. We can also use the exclude option to exclude customers based on labels. So if we don't want to exclude our subscribers based on labels, we leave this empty. So we have the option to also assign our customers based on country. So we are leaving all these options as is not necessary. So what we do next after we have set up the necessary options here, we go ahead and save. So once we save, you see that, okay, so now that we have set this up, let's go back to this section and refresh it. All right. So you can see that the flash sale that we just created has been sent to all our subscribers, as you can see here. So opening this, so you can see that this was sent to all our subscribers, as you can see here. So we have the option to download this, and we also have the option to resend it if the message failed for some of our subscribers. All right. So this is an example on how you can use the message template to send it to send a broadcast message to your WhatsApp bot subscribers. All right. So we can also use the message template when chatting with a customer. To do that, we navigate back to the shopping bot dashboard. We go ahead and choose the inbox option here. All right. So in this inbox page, you see that we have the option to send our message to our ShopBot subscribers here. All right. So for example, if we want to send a message to any of these users, so let's say we open this account. All right. So opening this account, we can come here. So let's say we open this. All right. So let's say we are chatting with this customer. We can send a message template to this customer. To do that, we click on the plus button here. And then here we choose the message template option. So opening this section, we click on the message template. And here is where we can proceed to select any of the existing message templates we can send. So for this example, let's say we want to send the order confirmation message to a customer. We go ahead here and search for order You say confirmation. So you can see it here. So what we do next is we select it. So we enter the total amount as 1,000. We enter the delivery date as 10/2 of 2026. And then once we are okay with this content, we click on submit. So when you click on submit, you see that as soon as you submit, the message will be automatically sent to the customer. So this is an example on how you can send template messages when chatting with a customer in the ShopBot inbox section. So in this video, I've shown you how to set up WhatsApp template messages and how to send the message templates to your ShopBot WhatsApp subscribers. Thank you for watching.